850. And we use Fico scores. That stands for Fair Isaac Company. You can get credit scores from any company and everything like that. Even Fico has other scores. If it's not Fico score model 8, that's the one that we use, then it doesn't mean anything to us. Because other companies can go from 250 to 900. That's a different score range than here. So if you have a 600 over here, you might have a 640 over here. We can't compare them. So we only use a Fico score model. Are you with me? And working with your credit score is like walking up a mountain. The first score that you want to have at the minimum is 580. You really want to be 620. You can get to 680, that's great. And 740 plus, you're golden.
And what I'll tell you about credit is, we work with people who have good credit, bad credit, even no credit. So if that's something, because I know mentally, people always have in their mind, well, if my credit's not good, how am I ever going to do anything, right? I mean, I hear it all the time. My credit wasn't good. I had to get my credit fixed. I mean, it happens to everybody at some point. So what I would tell you is, even if that's, that's something that's affecting you, don't let it stop you from inquiring. And the reason I say that is because we have a credit repair department at the bank. So you may say to me, you know what, Josh, I know my credit's bad, it's been beaten up. However, I'm coming into some money and I may have some extra liquidity to fix my credit. Can you help me? And we can do that. I have a client that I'm working with right now who was out of work for over a year on SSI disabilities, coming into a settlement. They found a home. Before they even got their settlement, they just got into contract last week, or non-contract, they got an accepted offer to get into the contract. And they called me yesterday saying, you know what, we found out in 3 weeks we're getting our settlement of $110,000. So now we're not even going to use all the money. We're going to take a portion of that, help them get their scores up as high as possible to get them the best rate, best program, everything that they can get. And then we're going to devise a program to put down, instead of putting down the minimum, which was 3.5%, they want to put a little bit more down to ease their monthly mortgage payments, and we're going to work with that. So it's all a process. So even though you may not be ready today to buy a home, you should always be thinking 6 months out. What do I need to do today so that 6 months out I can be prepared to buy a home? That means checking your credit. That means making sure that you qualify. If you don't qualify, figure out what I can do today to get myself to qualify in 6 months, whether it's going on payment plans with certain credit cards. I've done the same thing. I've had to get my scores up. We can help you. So don't let that be the major factor that contributes to you not looking into it, because that's something that can be fixed, that can be worked on. All right, guys?
So that's a great piece of advice. So we use Fico score model 8. It takes a while to build up your credit. Your credit score is really your word. It's like you shaking hands with somebody and saying, I promise to pay you back every Friday $20. Is your word, your name important? So when you shake my hand and you tell me you're going to pay me back $20 every month, or vice versa, that means something. So today, because we don't do things face to face, we do things with companies that are all over the place, your signature acts as your handshake. Does that make sense? All right. So when we use the score, credit score, we use the Fico score model 8, like I said. It goes from 300 to 850. You could be working for a very long time and building up a very good score. You start missing payments, you might as well walk over to the other side of the mountain and just jump off, because your score is going to drop like a stone. You've broken that promise to pay back on time. So similar to people that are in politics, some people in politics for 20, 30 years have a great reputation. Would you agree? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't even have to be politics. Could be in, movie stars or whatever. They got great reputation for 20, 30 years, and then all of a sudden, something comes up that they did wrong, boom, and their name gets trashed. Give you an example. How many people know who Carlos Danger is? Okay, give you a little story. He's from local area. If you're thinking you know the name?
Yeah, it's not familiar with this.
All right, I'll give you a hint. Forest Hills? Congressman. Anthony Weiner.
Yeah, I know that guy.
So